Okay, afternoon and welcome to the channel. This is HourBuilding.com, and today we're going to talk about flight plans because someone has mentioned that they want some more informative videos rather than just videos about people flying around. So today I'm going to talk about flight plans and when we're filing them and how you file them. So ruling is in Spain they're mandatory, and you have to file a flight plan for every flight, and we use a software called Icario. Icario is on the screen, and I'll also put a link to the website in the description below. It's an easy and quick to sign up to. You just go to their website, fill in all the details, and when they ask for identification, or over here it's a NIF number, SIF number, or whatever it is, you just put your passport number and that gets accepted, and they give you free flight plans. And all you do is you file the flight plan, which I'll show you how to do, and they'll send you an email to say it's been approved. One of the things is if you're at a uncontrolled airfield, which our airfield at One Espadafora is uncontrolled, you need to contact flight planning and get them to open your flight plan. If you're at a controlled airfield, which is one of the bigger airfields, say that you're at Cordoba or Jerez, the flight plan will be opened by the tower, so there's no need to make any phone calls. So other rulings is when you're in Europe, as in the Schengen, you don't need a flight plan for most countries unless you're crossing a border. So when we're in France, like in the UK, we don't need to have a flight plan. We only need a flight plan if we're going to cross into a different country. Also, when you're in different places, we can use Sky Demon for flight planning. So all you do is you file, or you program in your route like you would do in Sky Demon, and then there's an option to file a flight plan. You file that flight plan, and that will go to the relevant offices for your flight plan. So then going in and out of England is again slightly different. Again, you have to contact Border Force, so you have to use a GAR form, and with this GAR form you have to basically tell them who you are, what you're flying, where you're flying to, what time you tend to arrive, and also your passengers. And what they've done is they've made it your responsibility to make sure your passengers are legal to enter the UK. Leaving the UK is just as simple. It's not so intense. So normally on a GAR form, in the old days, used to land and they used to give you a phone call. The last few times I've landed in the UK, I've had Border Force come and have a chat with us and just check everything is okay in your plane and everything is as per the GAR form. The other thing with the GAR form is you have to file it now. I think it's 2 hours before your flight. Again, before beginning of last year, you could file your GAR form 15 minutes before your flight. So if you do the flying that we do, which is flying to around Europe and then into the UK, you have to plan a little bit better. You can't land at Le Touquet and then file a flight GAR form 15 minutes before you take off and have it accepted. You have to file it 2 hours. So either go to Le Touquet and have lunch and file your flight plan as you're having lunch, or file the flight plan knowing what you're going to do. But again, you can get caught out in the winter, because if the weather comes in and then you can't do your flight, then you have to inform Border Force or do any changes, and there is, if they want, a £10,000 fine if you don't fill in your GAR form as per your flight. There was an incident last year where I got threatened with a £10,000 fine because I arrived at I think it was Rochester about an hour or 2 hours before I said I was going to arrive, because I was taking off from Van. I had a tailwind, which I didn't know about the night before, because I fired the Garform the night before. Then when I landed at Le Touquet was quick and fast, so fuel was easy, customs was easy. Then I had another tailwind all the way into Rochester, and bizarrely enough, the customs guys was waiting for me anyway. But they made a big song and dance about a 2-hour arrival on my own, even though I was just flying into the UK to pick up one of the HourBuilding pilots to fly them back out to Europe. But there you go, international taxpayers' money goes on 4 Border Force people meeting up with Cessna 172 in Rochester. So what I'll do first is we'll just demonstrate how to set up an Icario form and how you fill one in. So this is how it is, and I'm using my desktop computer for this one, and I'll use my phone app for the second demonstration. Okay, so on the Mac, well, I'm using Mac, but any computer where you've got the desktop, we go to flight plan creation, and then we go down to flight plan, and then we come up with this screen here. So today's date, and we're going to put our identification of our aircraft in. So for this one, again, we'll use, we'll use the French plane, so it's French Golf Hotel Papa Quebec, and we're going to fly VFR rules, and it's a general aviation flight, and there's only one of us, and it's a PA-28. Wake turbulence, so it's low. Equipment is SY. E, there's no ADS equipment. So we're going to be departing from Lima Echo Juliet, and we're going to depart at 1300 again. Now this is Zulu time that we're putting in. So it's asking us to confirm our date. Actually, because it's past, I'm doing this later, we'll do a later flight. So anything that you make a mistake on, it will go into the red colour. So we're going to fly to LEBA, and the flight can be, well, it's 50 minutes, so put in 1 hour 30, because if you overrun, the HCC will come and talk to you, or they'll phone you up on the number that you give them. So our alternates is LEGR, and we can put LEZL, which is Seville. So registration we're going to put in here, which is FGHPQ. We don't put the hyphen in or anything else like that. Okay, so here we're going to put our remark in. So our remarks are your PIC. So if you're PIC, put your PIC. On some airfields, I'd recommend we put in your passenger, because sometimes when they look at the flight plan, they want to see details of the passenger. So you put the passenger's name in and their passport number. So we'll just put PIC, which is myself, and you put in your license number, 47, whatever my number is. Okay, so then we go to the second screen. I don't know what this is. Edit that in a minute. So you go to your second screen, which is here. So people on board, it's only one, and the endurance, we'd say we got 3 hours of fuel. Pilot in command is myself, and airplane colours, so that was blue, white. And then we have, we put our number in, so Spanish number, blah, blah, blah. And then what you do here is you press accept, and then it will just fire this off to whatever controllers need to see this, and then you'll get an email back saying accepted. Also on this, you can also pull up old flight plans. So if here, let's see what I've got. See if I've got G bar in here. Actually, no, I'll have PQ will be in here. Q. Then we just tick this here, and then it says that my last flight plan was in there. So here, all the details are filled in with the aircraft, and all you need to do is put the date. So you change where you're going and your times. So that time we flew that was from Requena to back to Granada. Okay, so and that's all there is to filing flight plans on the desktop. I'm just going to go through the mobile. It's always good to have the mobile app on your phone. This is the mobile app, and you can get this for any phone. And if you look at the top right hand corner when you go into the stores, that's what you're looking for to download. So like with any app, you use a username and password, and then it gets you into the main screen. Okay, so on the screen you'll do file a flight plan, and then in the top left you put in the registration of the plane, and again you don't put in the hyphen, you just put in the letters of the plane. Departing airfield, what time you're going to take off, so this is Zulu again. What airfield we're going to go to, and then how long it's going to take to get there. So if the flight's an hour long, I always put an hour and a half in just for delays. And then you've got your alternates. So for this exercise we're going to Cordoba, so our alternates are going to be Granada or Seville. Okay, if you make a mistake on the app, then it'll mark it up as red. As I say, we put the Seville's code in wrong, so it gave us a red. Then on this screen we're VFR, we're a general aviation flight, and we're flying a PA-28. On this one you can also set up for if you're flying in formation. We set up our comms now and our transponder, and we're low weight turbulence. So on this screen we're travelling at 100 knots and we're VFR. On this screen we set ourselves up for a remark. That's all you need to do on this screen, and then in the remark box we put our name and our license number as PIC. And again on this one, some airfields they like you to put your passengers here as well. Then we come to the last screen where we put in passengers, endurance, so how much fuel we got in, pilot in command, so whoever's pilot in command, aircraft colours, so what colour the aircraft is. PA-28 we're using is blue-white. And then in the remarks you put your telephone number, and this allows ATC to contact you if you haven't closed a flight plan or something like that. And then you just file it to send. And then again, like the desktop version, you'll get an email to say whether it's accepted or not. There's also on the app, and you can also do it on the desktop, you can recover a flight plan, which if you put the registration of your aircraft in, it comes up with all the details of that aircraft, so you only have to change your destination times and things. It makes filling in the flight plan a lot easier. And to say, for Spain, we have to do flight plans for every trip. If you have any questions on flight planning, leave us a comment and we'll get back to you. If you like our content, give us a like and a thumbs up. And if you're interested in doing any hour building, visit our website, www.hour-building.com.
Let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on